All right, guys, I'm JC Barba, and we are back with AI is a Dead End, Part 2. The first video I'm about to show you is one that highlights Will Smith chewing or eating or something like that, but that's just text to video. Text to video. What you're going to see is the next clip, how quickly it advanced and how quickly it got amazing. Look, video on top, Will Smith, right? That's text to prompt video. The cat lady, but check out this one. That's text to video. That's unbelievable. That's cinematic. That's gorgeous. The simulation there in that previous video was amazing. That should freak you out. Like, it should freak you out in a way where you're thinking, how am I gonna ever verify what's real or what isn't real if right now in 2024 that girl walking across the street, it can generate that kind of video from a text? That girl isn't real. That street is all of that is simulated. So if you look at that, if you rewind that, and you're talking about right now, 2024, right now, February 2024, it's able to do that. What is it going to do November 2024? If it's progressing that quickly, what is it going to do then? That's what you got to ask yourself. Here's another example. This video trailer was all made with AI. Everything is simulated. That guy's not real. Those ships, the environment. That's mind-blowing if it can do that. Obviously, Hollywood, entertainment, all of that is going to be changed forever. It's not going to be the same, especially when these tools are available to everyone. Just about anybody can get these tools. So that's what you got to start asking yourself right now. If hundreds of millions and potentially billions of people have these tools, cut. Okay, I'm back. That was the wife. She just got home. But let's get back to this. Where was I? Hollywood, these companies, they're in trouble. If AI can make stuff like that, anybody can literally use these tools and then make videos like that. That's one of the minor issues. One of the big issues is what's going to stop anyone from just making up all kinds of propaganda. And that's like, that also is minor. Just like, think about it in your own personal life. In your own personal life, people that you know could blackmail you by just taking a video of you or taking a photo of you and then making some horrendous video of you doing something, saying something, performing something, being somewhere. Like, how are you going to prove what happened or didn't happen? And here's where the real problem is. Since people are going to obviously realize this is an issue, you're going to see this committee form. There's going to be truth authenticators. People that are like, we're the committee that authenticate what video is real, what video is not real, what voice recording is real, what voice recording is not real. So then now you're going to have to now put your faith into these companies, into these institutions of other people you've never met, and they're going to hold basically the highest authority of the land. They're going to get to say what is true and what isn't, what is and what isn't. You're going to give them that. That always ends up horrible. I'm a total nerd about this stuff. I love Avatar. There's this episode in Avatar, The Legend of Korra, where this guy, he's like there's this metal clan, and I'll show you the clips. And for you that aren't like really into this, just bear with me right now. But there's this metal clan, and in the metal clan, there's this one guy that is the guy that can discern everybody if they're telling the truth or not. So then he's like a truth seer. That's what they call him. And the thing is, he's the one that ends up betraying the clan, because you put all the power on this guy. This guy holds the key to what is true, what is real. And he gets to be the guy that says, that guy's lying, that guy's telling the truth. That's real, that isn't real. That's a lot of power on one guy or on one committee. And when you do that, it always goes wrong. Like, how is it not going to go wrong? Maybe always is not the right word, but how is it not going to go wrong? You put your faith in so many things right now that you can't even prove already. Imagine now you're going to have to literally commit yourself to apps or programs you're going to have to like run videos through to verify whether something's real or not. And what happens if these people have a special interest in telling you that something is real that isn't real? What if they get paid off to do that? Their whole post, their whole authority is that they're the ones that tell you, hey, this is true, this is not true. That gets dangerous really fast. That's not a good place. And given how corrupt, if you already believe the government's corrupt, if you already believe that corporations are corrupt, not all corporations, right? But a lot of corporations are corrupt. And corrupt, man, they're bad. They have bad intentions. If you already think that those corporations have bad intentions and people that run them are up to no good, they're literally scheming and plotting, what do you think they're going to do if there is a corporation that their whole purpose and premise is that they get to decide on what's true and what's not true? So you got to start thinking about that right now. Here, I'm going to play another clip.
My name is Allie, and this avatar is generated by artificial intelligence. This is not me. Even though the mouth movement isn't completely perfect, it does make you realize how good this stuff can be with a little more work, right? These can be used for good, like customizing content for millions of folks, or bad, like scams. Be careful out there.
That right there is Allie, an AI generated person, clone. She took video of herself and she cloned herself. This is her, not her. This is the video AI making a clone of her. And obviously the lips give it away right now. But what you got to ask yourself is, what's that look like in 6 months, right? Performance and speed doubles according to that one law. Like in technology, performance and speed doubles every 6 months. Whether that's true or not true, we've seen the progression of technology with our phones, with video games, with so many things. What is it going to look like a year from now? If that girl is able to go and be like, here's a video I'm going to upload of myself on this app, right? And then she's going to literally make a clone where literally she'll just tell, say this. She's going to type it. And that clone will just go and say it as a full rendition of her. In a year, those lips will be perfect. Why? You'll just upload enough video of yourself and the computer program will have that information of your lips moving, right? And then it'll have all of the information of every single person that ever uploaded videos and their lips moving and their dialect and their tone and their mannerism and their gestures. It's going to crunch all that data, and before you know it, the lip problem that you see right there is going to be 100% solved, and I give it a year, 1 year. Less than, probably, but for sure 1 year. So how are you going to know that the person that is sending you a video or the person you're watching on YouTube is not just some clone? It's going to make like everything feel so unauthentic. It's gonna take away like your connection. You literally are gonna have people that are gonna be so proud of themselves because they have an AI clone that's running and doing their videos. Meanwhile, you've just lost all human correct, like literally you've lost all living men and living women connection with other people. That's also terrible because you can frame someone this way too. You can, and again, is everyone always going to be verifying everything? Like all the time? Like think about how much chaos and confusion and then what happens with all the damage that comes with that? Okay, forget the idea that there'll be like a committee that verifies it and then you have to put your faith in that committee and whatnot. Just the damage alone, that if someone takes a video of you that's already online, say they don't like you, and then they have you doing something gross on that video, and it's vivid and it's realistic and it's like perfect, right? And this talk is going to get a little R-rated because we have to be serious about what the potential outcomes are with this stuff, right? What are the damages when that goes around before it gets verified that it was false? But your boss saw it, your kids saw it, right? Your neighbor saw it, your friends saw it. And the problem with that is that these videos are going to be so believable that it is you, because it'll take your body shape, it'll take your mannerisms, it'll take your voice, it'll take your face, and it'll put it in an action doing something. And then people will see it, and 999 times out of 1,000, they would have been like, well, that's Jennifer doing that. That's Alex doing that. They won't be able to tell. They would have never been able to tell if it was 8 years ago. That would have just been 100% proof that you did that, because they watched and saw such a clear video of you doing it, right? That's gonna be madness. What kind of place, what kind of cities are we gonna live in where this kind of stuff is happening all the time? This is what I'm saying. This is what I said in video one. Video one was a little more hardcore, a little more intense. I was very focused because I was just laying out the broad picture. I was like, hey, you're gonna live in a place that you're gonna have to deal with these kind of things. It's not gonna work out. It's gonna drive people mad. If people right now, because they use social media, because they use computers, and because they're surrounded by screens, are already frying their brain chemicals, they're already frying their serotonin, their dopamine, their GABA, they're already like messing, they're going into depression, they already have all these issues, like the youth, the kids these days, the teenagers, like they all are more depressed than they've ever been, more suicidal, they're thinking about killing themselves more often than they used to, like just 10, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. What is this gonna do when kids themselves, you know how kids are in school? You know how crazy kids can be? So there's a hot girl in school. They just take videos of her that are probably already online somewhere because they're posting stuff. They run it through these apps and they just have her stripping, doing all kinds of stuff, and the video will be super accurate to that girl's body type and everything. You'll take this one guy, you'll have him doing a bunch of crazy stuff too, you know, and they'll play horrible pranks on each other this way. What is it gonna do to people, especially that are teenagers? They're gonna go crazy. They're gonna want to kill themselves, especially once the whole their whole school, all their friends and teachers saw them in this way because this video went around. This has not happened yet as far as I know, but it's gonna, and it's not gonna create a place that people want to live in. I'm telling you, compounds in smart cities, I've been telling people this for years, this exact phrase, because that's what it's gonna go to. People are gonna get all into this technology because you think you're listening to me right now, but some of you out there think this is funny. You need the phone in your pocket with the idol that you listen to on a podcast to be telling you what I'm telling you right now, so that you go ahead and take it serious. You need the television, for those of you that still watch that, You need that to tell you that this is serious in order for you to go do it. Some of you need to hear it from someone that you respect, someone that you really respect. By the time they realize this, there's going to be so much damage already done. I'm trying to give you a heads up right now that if you already see this for what it is, then what we need to be doing is gathering together, those of us that are like-minded and understand, okay, this is what we see ahead, right? What are we going to do? What are the solutions? What do we have to do now? And then literally start being creative and forming ideas, and then start executing these ideas to see which ones work the best. That's the real thing that we should be doing if you see this as serious as it is, because this is not going to end well for everybody that adopts AI, that partners up with AI. This is not going to work well. And just like with anything that they've given us in the last 50, 60, 70 years, they sell it to you with convenience. Convenience is your killer. Convenience is what's killing you right now. You think it's saving you, but it's killing you. You think it's saving you time, it's what's killing you, right? You drive everywhere. If you walked to the places you could walk to, maybe you can't walk everywhere, but if there's places you could walk to and you chose to walk there or bike ride, you would be, even though it would take you 3 times as long, 4 times as long, you'd be in much better shape, you'd be in much better health, you get sunlight, you see the birds, you see the trees, you go outside, you would feel so much better at the end of every single day. And therefore, over the long term, you'd be like, wow, like I feel better about myself. I don't feel as down as depressed. People feel depressed because they know they're out of shape. They know that they have health conditions. And why? Because of convenience. You literally throw a branch and it lands and there's a fast food restaurant right there. Easy for you to pick up anything you want, any craving, any desire, anything that you need to shovel in your mouth for pleasure. It's all right there for you. At now a push of a button away, because when you take out food from your fridge that you have to cook, right? You have to take out dinner plates and you have to prepare the food and you have to heat it. You have to then wash everything after you're done because the kitchen is dirtier, right? Or remember, convenience is killing you. Or you drive to a fast food restaurant and in 5-10 minutes you've picked up a meal, everything goes into the trash, and the trash right there, you also eat it, right? That trash food. So that is killing you. The convenience of that, right? Yeah, it takes more effort to cook. It takes more effort to clean up after you cook. And it takes more time also. But typically when you do that, you're going to eat better quality food. You're going to have better meals. You're going to maybe take longer, but you at least got to stay home. But in reality, you're like, oh, I'm tired or whatever. I'm coming from work. So the easiest, most convenient thing to do is to just go and pick up something at a fast food restaurant, come home, and then just Netflix and shove, right? That's killing you. That's killing you. Your convenience is killing you. So nowadays, you just push a button and someone goes to the fast food restaurant and they bring it to you. Now you don't get off your ass. Now you can just sit in your chair, sit in the couch, lay on wherever, and literally just get the food brought to you. So then you literally didn't even, that little walk to the car, that little walk back from the car to your house, that is gone now. That is gone. The conveniences that are going to be brought up by this are going to kill you further. And everybody knows that if they walked more, this is just an example, you'd be better off if you walked more. If you walked more, everybody knows, you'd be better off. Now look at these things, right? They're going to say, oh, they're going to save you time with work. They're going to save you time with posting. They're going to save you time doing spreadsheets and setting up meetings and sending emails and stuff like that. Yeah, and you're also taking the humanity quality out of everything. It's going to make your relationships feel dry. Everybody's going to know that people are using these apps to write emails. It's going to make everything less personal. And at the end of the day, people are going to be more connected, but inside disconnected. And that kind of convenience is now killing spiritual aspects of how we interact with each other. Next video I'm going to play. This is one of the places you can literally make your AI generated self. Like I said, anybody is going to be able to do this. What about all the people that are psychopaths out there? They're going to be able to do this. What are they going to do? Look at that. This kind of stuff. You saw that? There's already people that are making AI generated models, and then they're just selling that. They're literally getting money because they're making AI generated models. And some people are like, oh, I just use my face and then I create this model online and it takes my face and I post pictures and it's not my body, so I'm being conservative. Are you kidding? And then this is how you like, and then people are subscribing to these people. And then you got to use your head. Then other people are going to just make complete characters and they're going to marry them. It's going to be their companion. It's going to be their friend. They're going to be talking to them, and those characters are going to talk to them back, and they'll have them on their phones, or they'll be stuck with their headsets, and they'll just be like doing all kinds of things like if they were in a relationship, right? And then companies are already working on technologies that you can put on your genitals that will simulate emotions and feelings and stuff like that. So they're going to have these vision things. And do you really think that path doesn't lead to destruction? First of all, you're not actually procreating. You're isolating yourself even more so, because some men are just gonna go full force with this stuff because they won't know any better. And imagine an AI simulated girlfriend that looks as beautiful as you want her to look. And then she talks to you as perfectly as you want her to talk to you. She understands you. She's there for you. She hears you out. She tells you she loves you. She never fights with you. When you want her to encourage you, she encourages you. She gives you the best advice. She looks as beautiful as you want her to look. And then anytime you want to be intimate with her, she's right there with you. Some men are not going to be able to say no to that. Some young boys are not going to be able to say no to that. And they'll just get glued to that and attached to that. Why would they go and have a relationship that hurts them, that brings all of the suffering that comes with a relationship? Why would they go have that when they can have one without any of that? And they can get a lot of the simulated feeling of the pleasures of a relationship. Already, right now, some Asian kid married some AI thing that he made. This already happened. I don't know if I can find the article here for this video. I'm just trying to get this done. But if you search intently for that, just YouTube, DuckDuckGo, or whatever, search for it. It already happened. It happened last year. And that was when the technology wasn't even that good. When it's this good, it's her. I took my friend to see her the day it came out. The week it came out. The week it came out. So I saw it in theaters. Most of you saw it in your living rooms. I saw it in theaters because I told my friend, I was like, you're looking at the future right now. I was following that movie before it came out. I was like, you're looking at the future right now. That movie did so good to show you what the future would be like. Some lonely ass dude playing with the video games and having an AI girlfriend. And literally that beat the real one. He preferred to be with her. Tragic movie. Tragic movie. I'm going to play another video. So, listen to this.
First, it was put on our hand, then they put it in our face. You can only imagine what happens next. Maybe the story of Adam and Eve wasn't so much a story of the past, but a story of the now. After all, apple is the forbidden fruit.
Yeah, it was beautiful to your eyes. iPhone. Eyes. These gadgets are beautiful to your eyes. What's a Vision Pro? It's something that you put on your head and it feeds your eyes beautiful things that you have to like literally put it on your head. The phone already does that. The phone is just an image and sound generator. All it's doing is giving you images and sounds live, like what appears live. These fruits of technology, these fruits of the tree of technology, the tree of science of technology, they're just there to feed your eyes. They're pleasures for your eyes. And that's how they're gonna get you. Toys. They're gonna get you with these toys. It's gonna be toys for everyone. Expect in the future, and when I say in the future, expect in like 3 months, 2 months, next week, every week, there's going to be new innovations, new inventions, this new thing, that new thing, that new thing. Each one is going to be amazing. Each one is going to be, whoa, I cannot believe that. I'm going to show you a few right now. Check this out. Oh, and before that, look at this Sam Altman, right? Trillions. They want to put trillions of dollars in these companies. Trillions. Why? This is how they're going to suck everyone up. Like a black hole. They're just going to suck everyone into this. And they know. They know. By the way, not everyone. There are a very small remnant of people that are going to walk away from this. Because that's what typically happens. There's always a remnant. But a large part of the population, they are going to fall in love with everything that's coming. But it's going to come with this ugliness, this dark side that surpasses whatever beauty you think it's giving you, whatever convenience you think it's giving you. And again, some of you don't take me this serious right now. Some of you that I may even know personal, you think this is a joke. This is not a joke. What you're putting all around your house, what you're buying, all these gadgets, you are creating your own blockchain prison with this stuff. And you're gonna hear big personalities out there, Gary V's and stuff like that. Guys like that. By the way, I don't have any issues with that dude, but some of these guys are gonna promote it because all they know is this kind of life, and they think there's no harm to it. No. Everything has a killing point. Everything, even water. Water is like a miracle. We need water. We're made of water. Water is something that to this day we don't even understand. There's so many mysteries to water. It's amazing. But it gives us life. It rehydrates us. Our whole system operates on water. Now, guess what? you can drown yourself by drinking too much water, that you dilute your blood and you literally die. Right? So even that miracle, that heavenly water, that quality, that element can kill you. You're telling me that just because we're progressing this, that we should just go towards this as hard as we can, no matter where it takes us? No, it's gonna kill anybody that adopts it, that partners with it in the long run. In the short term, it'll give you some momentary pleasures. In the short term, it'll give you these experiences that you think are amazing. It will. But it will end up being your death. You'll fall into an empty pit, and then you will rot in it if you partner with this. And what I believe is dangerous is if you think you can partner with it and then get out. Partner with it and get out. No, man. No. Like at some point, you just got to decide. You got to draw a line and be like, I'm not going past this point no matter what happens. And I'm going to start building and helping others build an alternative, because we are the authority on earth and we can build alternatives. Now to the toys. Here are the toys. Check out the toys. All right? Seriously.
57-inch OLED TV, the OLED T, world's first transparent wireless 4K OLED television set. Now, what's great about this TV is that when it's in its transparent mode, obviously you can look through it, right? That's the transparent part. But it allows you to do things with your decor that you couldn't do before. You can see here, you can see behind the wallpaper. So that when the TV is off and in transparent mode, it becomes one with the decor. You could use this as a room divider. You can use it as mounted on the wall if you want to.
Look at this. Don't tell me it's not going to be cool to have one of these. Right? There's going to be real holographic 3D programs inside these kinds of TVs. And this is a small one. Imagine one the size of an aquarium. Those are coming. This is a small version. Picture one the size of a wall in your room, like a medium-sized one. And there's going to be some of those that are an aquarium size. Now check out this box.
You can see me.
In real time.
You can see me.
Yes.
Damn. That's amazing. Oh my God.
Yeah, so that's it. So I'm virtually there and I'm not there. And I could be in 20 places at once. And this screen is a touch screen. And I can have stats and things here as I'm talking. I can have a QR code so you can buy merch in real time. You can do everything all at once. This can be pre-recorded, so you can have content, like whatever you want. This fills checks so many boxes.
The clarity is what I can't get over.
It's what's so great about it is that camera right above his head. That's how he would see the audience. He could be beaming in.
You can communicate from anywhere in the world and be like in the meeting. It's like a gate, right? Bill Gates. It's like a gate. It's like a window. Now imagine these companies converging with AI and converging with each other, merging like the technology of one and another. That's what's called the singularity, that singularity point where everything unifies. Look at this one.
We're probably going to be able to talk to animals this year. Yeah, the Earth Species Project is using AI to decode animal language. So they made models of words and their associations of like star to universe and star to like a famous person. And then it makes one of these. The 10,000 most used words in a language get made into a model. The coolest part, I thought, is that they all look almost exactly the same, which ironically looks like a backwards 16th note. So they use the same technique on animals and listen to them when they communicate, and then they make a model, like one of these. It's then matched with the English model, or whatever language you speak, and then translated back to you.
Yeah, they're developing AI right now that will allegedly be able to translate what your pets say. Don't tell me that's not a toy. What a wonderful toy to suck you into this world. right? So that you can put an AI app in your home. How cool, you know? And then imagine if it's good at it. Seriously, imagine if it's good at it. Imagine if it's actually good at 90% or so interpret what your pet is saying. How many people are not going to want that? This is how they're going to suck you in. They're going to suck you in from every direction. You know, I believe that we can already communicate with our pets. We just forgot how. In the beginning, the first man, he could talk to animals. He could talk to trees, but we've forgotten. Okay? These gadgets, they're counterfeits to something we already have, to an authority we already have. And part of their appeal is that they're giving us back something we feel we lost, but it's a counterfeit. It's a fake. So there's a reason why they're selling you this fake. All right, check this out. I'm going to show you another video. Why am I showing you this? What happens when a machine like that has AI in it? What happens when that AI decides it wants to upgrade itself with these parts? And then other AI robots that are around come to its aid and it begins to upgrade itself. What happens if it decides it wants to do something else? You know, go a little off track. Get a little off track. You gave it orders? Yeah, I'm going to go this way. See what's up. How many times have you seen that there's an apology made by companies because of something already that AI did that they didn't want it to do? Google apologized because it like only generated like black people or something. This is recent. It's going to have a mind of its own at some point. And whether that's a real mind or a real consciousness coming off from another place, that's to be discussed. And we'll talk about that in the next videos. But what I'm just saying is, what are you going to do when an AI has the ability of a machine like that and it decides to go off track and do something else? I'm telling you, there's no scenario where these things don't end up causing so much harm to people internally and also externally. It's going to give you a fun little ride for a while. It's going to feed you all your pleasures, right? All your desires. There's going to be video games where you're the main character and you're the hero and you're going to experience in that game what it feels like to have absolute power and, you know, everyone loves you and you're the greatest. Even and deep down, you know that's bullshit, that's fake. But those feelings are going to be so realistic. And then when you turn off that thing and you go back to your gray life, not that it is, but it's going to start feeling more gray and more gray. Because you're going to jump into these worlds filled with color where all your ambitions and dreams are just there for you. You're going to slowly lose any desire for this life right here that God gave you. That being said, you can call on God. Just like this man. I'm going to end this video on a good and positive note. Check out this video of a guy who was longing for God. He wanted to hear from Yahweh. He wanted to know he was close.
This bald eagle proved that God is real. Watch this.
You know, I was out hunting today, come up on this old lake way back in the woods, and I saw an eagle all the way across it. It's the lake. And I said, Lord, I sure would like to get close to that eagle, because sometimes I feel like you don't always hear me, but if you hear me today, let me get close. I had a bald eagle land on my shoulder. Out here hunting. I don't think you can get no closer than that right there.
Come on, ask and you shall receive. And the Bible also says you will mount up on wings like eagles.
It's beautiful. Yahweh is close. Sometimes he'll speak to us directly, like that. Sometimes he'll be indirectly. Sometimes we just have to wait and keep asking because he's working something in us. But to call on him, right? To call on him, Jeremiah 33:3. To call on him, that is the first step, and we have to take that step. And if we do, and we do it sincerely, genuinely, if we do that, then we can start creating communication with our Father. And I love that video. Some of you are probably like, oh, that video's fake. Yeah, who knows, right? At this point, you're probably like, give it a few months, you're not going to believe any video you see. Right? Some of you probably don't even believe that video. I do. I put my faith in that video. And the sad thing is, I also understand those of you that are doubtful, because when you look at something like that, you probably don't have enough faith to want to accept it. So you'll be like, well, how do I know that's real? Begin to realize that that is going to be a feeling you have from now on about everything you see. But you're still going to have a choice of where you put your faith. I would put my faith, your faith, in the word of our Father. Because that's the only thing that's going to get us through. And we may not be perfect. None of us are. Okay, there's not one righteous, not one. Thank God for Yeshua, right? Jesus. Thank God that he gave us his son so that we might have a redeemer, since we all do fall short of his glory. I'll leave you on that note. This is JC Barba with AI is a Dead End Part 2, Part 3 coming soon. Peace.